Hey everybody, it's Jake, and if you're watching this video, one, you could be a subscriber or person who watches my videos, and you're probably currently wondering why I'm doing a video like this. Or two, you are somebody who clicked on this video because of the title, this is something you're interested in, and you've probably never seen my face before. If that's the case, my name's Jake, Jacob, whatever you prefer. I don't really mind either way. And I'm kind of making this video not as much for me as much as for you, because I'm currently about to start a huge next chapter of my life, and I am very, very excited for it. And for those watching this video, you are probably likely doing the same currently, or you're about to, and you're nervous, excited, curious, whatever you may be. And hopefully this video makes you feel a little bit better, makes you feel a little bit more at ease. I don't know, we'll find out. Or it might just make you more nervous. We'll find out. So yeah, this video, as you can probably tell by the title, it's gonna be about how I kind of got into Boston University, the school I'm going to. I'm moving in about 2 weeks from now when I'm filming this video, so I'm very, very excited. I'm moving at the end of August. I cannot wait. Yeah, and so if you are a current senior in high school, congratulations, you've made it this far. But you're also probably insanely nervous right now because you have to start applying for colleges. I know about a year ago at this point, going into my senior year, I was absolutely horrified. I had really no idea what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, and I'm somebody that really likes to plan ahead and have an idea of what they're doing long before, so this was a very, very nerve-wracking process for me. I guess what I can say is it all works out. It's a stressful process, but I'm kind of gonna go more towards now how I dealt with my application process and such to kind of help you deal with that in your own way. And again, in no way am I some sort of expert or know everything about applying, or do I guarantee that doing this you will get in wherever you may apply. But this is just kind of what I did, and might give you some ideas how to make yourself stand out, because they read a lot of applications and you want to make sure you stand out if you really want to get in, especially to your dream schools. Also I should mention BU was my top school, and was actually, I'm gonna be totally honest in this video, the only school I got into. So I honestly feel like it was kind of fate, and it was meant to be, which is good because I'm a very indecisive person. So if I got into other schools, even if BU was my top one, I'd probably have an insanely hard time figuring this out. So anyway, I applied to BU through the Common app. I also applied to 2 UC schools and NYU as well. UC schools are kind of something different. They're their own ordeal. I don't even know what's going on. Anyway, BU was through the Common app. Really just kind of straightforward application, if I remember correctly. Nothing too insane. I toured BU last September before I really started working on college applications to make sure it was someplace I really wanted to go. And I toured a couple schools in Boston, and I really fell in love with the city, and I really fell in love with BU specifically. Not as much as the other schools. I think it's just because BU had this amazing campus united feeling with it. I felt like I was in the city, which is where I really want to be when I'm going to school, but also feel like I was on a college campus where everybody is supporting one another, and it was a great feeling. And if I got that feeling just from a 2-hour tour, I knew that it was really genuine and really something special. So I kind of just did the application, wasn't really sure. I knew it was gonna kind of be a reach for me. Again, I'll just be straightforward. I think I got a 29 on the ACT, and I know I got a 1340 on the SAT. I had to look that up just before I started filming this video because I did not remember. It feels like an eternity ago, and it was kind of hard to go back to those stressful times, but it's all over, and I think it all paid off because I got in. But and as for my grades, they're really good. I got a 4.8 my senior year, and basically a 4.0 my junior year, so I felt really good. I was kind of on that upward trend with grades, just figuring it out, and so I think that's always a good sign, and they liked that. But here is my huge tip why I'm really making this video. I really think I got in because I really utilized making connections within the school, and I think that got me to stand out because I think people remembered my name. Again, I don't really know if this really happened, but this is what I kind of think happened, because I knew BU was going to be a reach for me, and I was honestly surprised I got in. So I met, I don't know if he was one of the actual people that reads the applications or not, or if he just kind of manages that. Like, I'm not really sure how that all works. But I met somebody who works in the admissions office on the tour, introduced myself, talked to him for a little bit briefly, and then we kind of moved on. I left, went to tour a different school, that was that. But then when I got back home, I live on the West Coast in like San Francisco area, so it was just me and my dad that went to tour the school. So when I got back, I was really excited to tell my mom and the rest of my family all about it. And there was an information session in San Francisco that I decided we should all go to because I was so set on BU at that point. I really wanted my family to see how amazing it was too. And that same admissions officer was at that information session. He actually led it. And so at that session, I went up to him again. He remembered me and we talked more. I introduced him to my family. I asked him a bunch of questions because at that time I was doing online school, and so I wanted to make sure that didn't affect my sort of chances with the application at all. And this was really before I really started the whole Common App process. And he said, no, like just get me in contact with your school, because he never heard of the program that I was doing before. And so I was sure to do that, and sure enough, I went home, I contacted my counselor with that program, told her everything, got her in contact with him, he contacted her, he got all the information from my school, I sent him a thank you, and there was a total like email chain going on. And so by this time I had met the guy once, and met him twice, introduced him to my entire family, and had emailed him back and forth and got him in touch with my school. So that was basically like 3 things that I think I did that was really important in getting kind of my name and just showing him that I was ready for this and how dedicated I was to this and how I really, really wanted it, and showed him that I was willing to put in that effort to work with my counselor to make sure he got all the information about me and my school. I think it was like March-ish, I got a call from that same guy and he told me I got in, and I think it was that moment I realized I think I made that connection and that lasted, and I think that's really why I had such a benefit or that competitive edge, not only because of my grades, my academics, all my extracurricular stuff, my work experience, everything. I think that kind of building connections with him and the school was that kind of cherry on top. So I don't know if he read my application specifically, but he probably saw it and he probably remembered my name, and he probably remembered how passionate I was and how dedicated I was to applying to the school, and knew how excited I was, and so I think that really made a difference. So kind of getting into the second part of this video, kind of tips for applying. This is kind of BU specific because this is kind of what I'm focusing on. I haven't really thought about any of the other schools since, because again, this was my top school. Just, I think anywhere you can just work on building those connections, getting your name out there, because it turns out there's a lot of people applying, and you really want to make sure you put yourself out there as somebody who's passionate about the school and who's willing to make that extra effort, take that extra step to make your application totally the best it can be and really representative of you, but also to show that like in-person side if you get the chance. Go to tours, go to information sessions, all that, because they told me that they keep a record of everybody's names who do that, and that really helps you in the process, because they know, okay, this person actually made the effort to come out and tour, this person actually made the effort to come to this information session on a Sunday afternoon. Like, they are really, really dedicated to this and they want this really bad. I think that really made a difference, and emailing him, like not letting this be something that slides by, I think really just showed how passionate I was about the school and how badly I wanted to be a part of that community. And I guess just for normal application stuff, there was a section just about like why I wanted to come to BU, and maybe like Boston, but not necessarily just Boston, because it turns out there's tons of other schools in Boston. But they wanted to know exactly why I wanted to go to BU. And I told them all those things about that I was telling you earlier, about how it's the community and how everybody at that tour was just so insanely nice, and I just felt like I fit in like a perfect puzzle piece. And I told them how I was excited about all the specific events, all the specific clubs, all the specific academics, the specific people. I think you really, really have to be specific when you are writing those kind of things about why you want to choose this school, because I think it shows that you've really done your research, you are confident, this isn't just a school on the side or a safety school or whatever you may call it, that you really put in that effort to make sure that they know that this is where you want to be, and you know the school you're applying to just as well as they do. So I think that's really important, and I guess when you're doing your essays and such, just to remain true to yourself. I had a lot of people edit my essays and everything, and it got to a point where people were suggesting things that made me feel like not necessarily it was me anymore that was writing it, and I think that's an important line to recognize when you're doing college applications and everything, because you have to make sure that, you know, people read over it, because you don't really know who's going to read over your essay, only somebody you don't really know. It's really important to get feedback from other people like that, but you also want to make sure you don't become too involved in automatically doing that feedback they give, because then it's not really you anymore and you're not presenting yourself accurately to the people who want to admit you. And I would just, don't be afraid to brag, I don't know, on your application. I totally did. I honestly exaggerated some things I've done, like made it sound like some clubs or whatever I've done in my high school experience were a lot more elaborate than they were. Again, it's not, it's creating that profile of me, and even if it's something small, that's something that really represents me, and it's important to put in. So don't be afraid to brag, I guess. No, I haven't gone to school yet. This is just about applying and everything, but I'm really, really excited. I feel so great about my decision, and I'm so confident that it's going to be the time of my life, and I cannot wait. And yeah, if you have any sort of questions whatsoever, I'm totally up for chatting with current seniors or juniors, whoever, or whatever age you're at if you're starting to think about school. Again, I'm no expert. I only applied to a few schools. I got into BU, I was waitlisted for NYU, and I didn't get into either of the UCs I applied to. So I didn't really have a backup plan, which probably wasn't the best idea. So take it from me, always have a backup plan, do a safety school to make sure your safety school is something you'd also be really passionate about. Don't let it be something that you're not into, because then if that does become the only option, you're not disappointed in any way. Yeah, that's kind of this video. I didn't really prep for it or anything, I just kind of sat and talked. That was kind of my experience. It's not as nerve-wracking as you think going into the whole college admission thing. It's relatively simple. Just make sure you start early enough. Don't wait till the last minute. You want to be able to work on something, have a few days to think about what you did, because you're going to want to go back, change a couple things. You're going to want to have people read over it. You're going to want to include different things as you hear different people talk about how to. So just make sure you have plenty of time to work on that application. And honestly, the worst part of it is waiting for results from that like January to March period. That was really nerve-wracking, and that's the part I didn't like probably the most. But yeah, it all ended up great, and I'm really happy about my decision, and I think it's gonna be a great choice for me. So anyway, that's this video. If you enjoyed this at all, let me know, because I can do more talking kind of videos like this. I don't do many in this kind of format, but who knows, maybe I should change that. If you have any questions, comments, anything to share, comment that down below. Give this video a like, that would mean a lot to me. You can subscribe if you'd like. I am posting so many different kinds of videos now. Odds are you'll find something you like. And yeah, just stay tuned. Lots is on the way. And thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And good luck with all your applications. And if you've already gotten to a school, congratulations. That in and of itself is a huge accomplishment. And yeah, that's it. So, bye, and go Terriers.